Okay, we're live, girly. All
Hey
right.
everybody,
Yeah, let
they'll
me.
slowly roll.
Yeah, they should slowly but surely be rolling in pretty darn soon. Let's see.
I was watching tomorrow's episode and
I haven't
I'm
seen it
over
yet.
Lily.
Is it crazy?
You'll see my messages in the group chat.
Okay, okay. All right, cool.
I already put Lily in a bus.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tomorrow is the beginning of sweeps. So, is it sweeping really well tomorrow?
She needs to be swept up, yes.
Oh, okay. Everybody scrolling in, girl. You so funny. Hey, Keita, daycare with the kids. Blackpink me, Melissa Spencer, Crystal, Aisha Jackson, Joyce, Angela. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day Wednesday to you guys. Sharon, Monique Abram, Eula Hamilton. How many folks we got in the chat, girl?
21 already.
All right, let's go. So, welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk, where Bree and I are going to have a midweek discussion with you guys for the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful, and pretty interesting things going on, I would say, at the beginning of the week with Young and the Restless, and today's episode was crazy on Bold. Bold has been pretty interesting the last couple of days, actually, right?
It's kind of like a little slow running faucet, but we eventually get to the water.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
And Hope, I don't understand how she puts herself in these predicaments. This was just so stupid, but funny though.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it too. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in for Y and R. So, Bree, I know you said that you had a lot to say when you were on the call on, was that yesterday? It was yesterday. When you
So it
on
was,
the,
yeah,
yeah,
Tuesday.
yep, it was
Taco
yesterday.
Tuesday.
Yep. I know you had a lot to say. So, where you want to start off, girl?
Oh my goodness. Uh, Geez, just so much had happened. We had Amy Lewis that popped into town. We had the stuff with Lily. We had the stuff with Jack and Diane. I guess we can get the Amy Lewis stuff out the way because
Okay.
that's fake and brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about it early this morning. I feel for Nate because this puts him in like the most unlikely position for him to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like just bombs are just dropping on this man. He has a brother, and his brother's mom is dealing with cancer, and his brother's missing. And now he has to try to find his brother because now he's his only family. It's just so much to unpack for this man. And then he also found out that he's going to be best man
Right.
for Devon. And that's already a tall order. So
I know, right?
he's going through quite a bit. But I don't appreciate how Amy put this man in this position. Now, granted, I understand she's dealing with health issues. I do feel for that.
Mm-hmm.
But to tell him, for her to ask Nate to tell his own brother that they're brothers should have came from her, especially since she procreated and created her son. She needed to tell him about his father. It had nothing to do with Nate.
Yeah, that whole I just don't like the way that this was introduced. And I mean it's soapy for real, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, she slept with Nate Senior, got pregnant, and instead of telling Nate Senior, you got a kid on the way, you go and pass the kid off to the new guy. And the new guy thinking he had a son all these years. Now the new guy's passed on. And at the same time, the son don't know that guy that he thought was his father was not his father. And then now you bring and drop this all in Nate's lap for him to pick it up from there. While she, I know that he wants her to know that, wants Damien to know that she's sick too. I'm like, you can't tell him that yourself?
Right. And I find it really interesting that she hasn't spoken to her son in the past couple of years. And I would share my theory in the group chat. I'm like, a part of me feels like maybe he knows that the man who raised him wasn't his biological father. Because for one, why would he want to be away from his mother for years? Holidays, birthdays, nothing. You don't even want to let her know that you're alive, and then vice versa. Like, why hasn't she heard from her own child at this point? Like, there's just something fishy about it. And I will give Audra credit, because he did share this with Audra too. That there's something's kind of odd with this. Like, he can't just be all in. He has to kind of, one, think about how this is really going to affect himself, and take all this in doses, because we don't want this to be a scam. Like, she used her brain today.
Yeah, she did. She was like, that don't sound right to me, Nate. I'm not too sure about that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious just to find out who Damien is.
Me too. And like, there's something weird. There's something just off about it. She's. I don't feel she's telling the whole story, because she painted a very like a sad picture, and I don't know, that for her to put all of this in Nate's lap, that's a bit selfish. And it, for one, is not his place. It's his mother's place to share that. She needed to share that with her own child. Now, as far as like him, like, develop a relationship with Damien, like, I do encourage that. I do encourage like families sticking together, but Damien's paternity shouldn't come from Nate.
I mean, he don't even know this guy. You're going to track somebody down to come and tell them, hey, your mom, Amy Lewis? Well, she just happened to be, you and I share a father, and she wanted me to let you know that. It's going to be an interesting conversation.
And it also kind of showcases Amy's character to some degree, because the fact that she was comfortable with this other man raising somebody else's child without even knowing that it was biologically his or not. She was just comfortable with that. And she didn't have the courage, as she said, to tell the truth to either her son or the man that she was married to. I think that's disrespectful. And then she kind of wants to pass it along to Nate and still have like her hands wiped clean. Like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either, girl. Yeah, she don't want to. It's almost like she don't want to do the legwork in this thing. Hire somebody to find your son. Somebody got to know where he at. He didn't just go somewhere and disappear. But you expect Nate to figure out how to do it. Why? Because he got the money to spend to find him?
Exactly. And he did bring that up. Like, you could have hired a detective. Like, there's people who are dedicated to that expertise of work who could have helped her. Especially since she knows that she hasn't spoken to her son in the past couple of years.
Right.
I don't know if I could have done that with my son. I don't think I could do that. Go years, a month, a day without hearing from my son.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it. I mean, especially since mine live out of state. I need to hear something from you.
Right. She even know her son is even alive. So, and she just allowed years to go by. That's why it's kind of fishy to me. Like, maybe he found out something. Maybe he knows that she lied all these years. I don't know. Why would he choose to stay away for years without speaking to his own mother?
Yeah, tell me about it. It's like, yeah, something's fishy with this one.
Yeah.
It don't make no kind of sense. None.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. We also had this whole Sharon, Phyllis, and Cricket thing, and Daniel. What's your thoughts on that?
I think I was saying yesterday that Phyllis needs to settle herself down.
Mm-hmm.
I once again, I don't know if I would feel comfortable with the fact that my son is getting arrested. I probably like feeling crazy and erratic and ready to say anything to help my son, like Phyllis is. Like, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But your son chose a lawyer he chose. You have to kind of go, along with his wishes, since this is his life. This is affecting him.
Mm-hmm.
But I am happy that she's going to somewhat cooperate with Cricket with the Sharon thing. And I'm glad that Cricket is at least entertaining the idea that it could be Sharon.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me wonder if they're both are going to end up finding out that it was her. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping so.
Yep. Yeah, that whole conversation, because she was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually going to be working with Cricket to help my son. I mean, you don't have a choice, or else you just stay out of all of it. Because, like you said, Bree, Daniel had already hired her. So it's like, and then she tried to get Michael, to take over, and he was like, I just can't do that. He already picked her. And then that wasn't good enough. And she, Michael was like, all right, I'll keep an eye on everything, and then I'll let you know. It's like, Phyllis just need to go sit down somewhere for a second. Just to get her thoughts together. Bree, you still there? I don't know if she's on mute or...
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, I said, and the thing is, I understand where she's coming from. You don't know what to do when it comes to your own child. Like, I get it. You want to help as best as you can. But I feel for her. I do feel for her, because the fact that Sharon even set anything like this in motion, and I know we have our theories about what happened to Heather. I do get that, but this woman still pinned a whole crime on this man, and this is like upending his life to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's affecting his daughter in this too, and it's just like I feel for that whole family, and also, and I'm curious to know what Summer's reaction is going to be, because we haven't seen that yet.
Nope, we sure haven't. So,
but Phyllis was like,
mm-hmm.
I was going to say, like, Phyllis was like, look, what is my daughter going to say about you arresting her brother? Mm-hmm. Just, I mean, what can he say?
I mean, that whole thing, it's like, what do you expect him to do? He's the police officer. He followed, and the district attorney was the one that told him to make the arrest, so they're just going to have to get over it until they figure this thing out. I mean, it's probably easier on this side to say that, but, the thing is, she was like, well, what is Summer going to say? I mean, what can she say? I mean, he's following he's following the AG's direction.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to get any until her brother's out of jail. So, I don't know, this is definitely going to affect Chance and Summer's relationship. Jenna, go get your man.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm over them too anyway. They really did a disservice with this couple. Because pretty much they just like blase at this point. We were so excited about these two last year around this time, and now they're just like, oh, they still together? That's how I look like, they still together?
Yeah.
So.
She'll be crying on Kyle's shoulder pretty soon.
Yep, I think that might be happening Friday.
Oh, leading into the wedding, and it, might draw back some memories when I don't know, gonna draw back something. Claire better watch out.
So Claire better watch out. All right. Then we had the situation with Jack kicking Diane at the house, and her teaming up with Victor, and Nikki showing up at the house trying to support Jack and confronting Victor about what's happening with Jack.
I think my favorite takeaway of this whole thing was Nikki's reaction. And like, oh, like, Victor did this to you. He's the investor at the side. Like, yes, honey, this man has been maneuvering, playing people like chess pieces, all because of you.
Right.
All because of you.
Yep.
This man can't get over what happened in that hotel room, and he's still blaming it on Jack. But yes, he did all of this for you, and he don't feel the least bit sorry about it.
What did you think about him saying today that now that he figured, because there's this conversation between her and Lily, which I haven't seen tomorrow's episode, but don't spoil it for me.
I won't. You need to watch this.
Okay.
Watch it. Jenna was already talking about it, and yes, I agree with you, Jenna. Absolutely. But this conversation between Lily and Nikki, Lily is so dumb. Like, she's pitiful to watch sometimes. Not the actress, I'm talking about the character. She's pitiful. The way, like, why are you showing your hand to Nikki? Saying like, oh, well, once, Billy fails, Jill's going to put me in my rightful place over at Chancellor. And believe me, there won't be an extra seat for you over there, or something to that degree, she said. And it's like, oh, yeah, Billy failed on the Odyssey 7 deal. He failed at this, and Jill's going to see it. Jill's going to see. Like, why are you showing your hand to Nikki as if she's not going to go to her husband?
Exactly.
Just stupid.
And of course, Nikki went right over there and said, what we doing? Because Jill is in the mix, and Lily is thinking that, she got that position, and that I'm not about to get it. And what she said something else. What was that? Because there was some other pieces to this too.
Oh, because Lily told her that Victor wants Lily over at Winters, and Nikki's like, no, I want you over here by my side. So there was a difference of opinion, and Victor was like, no, it's her rightful place. She need to be over there with her brother. Everyone keeps telling this girl that, and yes, Tommy Smith, she upsets me too tomorrow. Absolutely.
Man, is it that bad? Okay.
She is so disrespectful to Devon. I don't know why he keeps trying to help her. I cannot stand her after tomorrow's episode.
Oh, dang.
Disrespectful.
Oh, it's like that, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
And LaShanta, yes. Yes. Just disrespectful.
Wow. Oh,
and
she said, I'm so disappointed in Jill.
It's the comment underneath Sandra she was talking about that I was agreeing with.
Oh, I don't care about Abby's wedding.
Yeah. But neither does Lily, apparently. But she has a conversation with Jill, and Jill let her know, look, I don't know how many people have to tell Lily, go back with your family. Go to your family. Which is
wait a minute, Jill told her to go to her family?
Jill, okay, well
never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say. Now watch it. She let it be known where her loyalties lie.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think that Odyssey 7 stuff is gonna come out and she really won't there's nothing that's going to help this girl.
Wow.
But she proves how selfish and egotistical that she really is. And Devon needs to never help this girl again.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, as far as the stuff, that little conversation she had with Nikki, like Lily is so delusional. Why did you go? You just feeding Victor. You feeding him. You're helping him. Still,
Mm-hmm.
you've learned nothing.
Wow. Ooh, child. Mm-hmm. It's just interesting
Jenna.
how all of this is going to come to a head. You know what I'm saying? And then, with Nikki trying. Oh, I'm getting an echo now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But I hear echo on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's my phone or hold on, let me see. Okay.
Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound fine, but it's playing back to me. Like okay, let me see if I can hear it now. Okay, I don't hear it now.
Oh, and let's not forget, Mr. Insecure has changed his tune, and now he wants to focus on Chancellor.
Mm-hmm.
Forget Jack. All of a sudden, he wants to forget about Jack.
He's lying.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just made a deal with Diane.
Oh, yeah. What did in that conversation he had with Kyle?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why this man feels he's entitled to know about everybody's business. You called Kyle to hear what's going on with his parents, and I wish Kyle had checked him. Like, look, this is none of your business. He just said, like, oh, this has nothing to do with Glissade. No, you need to tell Victor it's none of your business.
Exactly. I mean, he was sitting up there, because I don't blame him. Kyle was looking like, when was I supposed to tell you about what? Well, why didn't you tell me that your parents had imploded? Okay. Was I supposed to tell you that?
Mm-hmm.
Girl.
Exactly.
And then he thought that he was the one that gave up who's the secret investor. Now, I'm wondering, are they going to go after Audra? Because she had an NDA. And they wrote that in the script. So I'm wondering, is he going to do something with her?
Oh, yeah. I see that happening. And at least I will give Audra a tiny bit of credit. I'm giving Audra kind of credit today. She's at least trying to apply for other jobs. So I think maybe she's coming to her senses that she might not have Glissade. And Sally was like, you completely given up? And she's like, no. She's just not taught. I feel she's slowly kind of coming to her senses that I screwed up, and maybe it's time for me to look elsewhere. I think eventually Jack is going to hire that girl.
That's interesting.
Especially once he finds out that Diane, and this is if Jack and Diane are not working together. I'm still thinking Diane is going rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to go with that theory, if Jack finds out about Diane and Victor's deal, I think just to be spiteful, he would hire Audra in Diane's place.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since she has the experience.
Yeah, well, we will see how that all is there any hints to that tomorrow episode?
With Audra, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there was nothing about Jack or Diane tomorrow.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. What else?
Stupid Lily.
What'd you say?
It was about stupid Lily.
Okay, gotcha. We covered, we did see Sharon falling apart because she's trying to hold herself together while keeping the secret.
You need to watch tomorrow's episode.
Okay.
Because okay. I'm not going to give it. No.
Okay. All right.
Let's watch it with Sharon. I was laughing this whole time. I was like, so Cameron must be gone. So she didn't create other people now.
Oh, okay. Melissa Spencer said Audra's using her brain instead of her backside. Hell must have frozen over.
Apparently, girl, I was surprised. I was actually agreeing with this woman. I'm like, oh, okay. She gave good advice to Nate. She's coming to her senses. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe if only Lily can, have a better mindset. Like, I have a little bit of hope, tiny bit of hope for Audra. Maybe 1%, but that's as far as I'm giving it to her.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, that's about it, ain't it? For months so far, I think we covered just about everything, right? For Y&R.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Bold. I know you got a lot, because you said you had a lot to say, so.
Oh, my goodness. I need to see the pictures. I'm trying to jog my memory.
Well, first of all, Steffy, Ridge, and Eric met, and they really spoke it with their chest that this is Forrester business.
Yep. It is Forrester, and it looks like it's going to be solely Forrester. It's not looking good for the Logans, no matter how well they're intertwined with that family. But I'm glad that at least for a millisecond, they stood their ground as far as how the company should be ran. They agreed with Steffy, and I applauded that.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually showed a little bit of respect to Steffy. Mm-hmm. And then in the same breath, as soon as she leaves the room, Ivy comes in and they make a whole business decision behind her back. And Rich is like, well, we'll let Steffy know. So they went back to being on script where they do everything around Steffy still.
Now, I did find it interesting in today's episode when she was talking to Finn that she said she realized and acknowledged that they hired Ivy. And then she was like, but she's a Forrester. She should be there. I was happy about that.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, okay, you come into your senses. You're melting that ice down. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Get some people on your side, girl. Not everybody should be your enemy.
Right.
Ivy really shouldn't be her enemy at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, she got a whole husband with Finn. Why would you care anything about Ivy and Liam?
Right. Exactly. If anything, you should be happy that she's being preoccupied. I was hoping Ben would kind of encourage that. Like, look, like, let them date, let them hang out. Like, you got another Forrester on your side, and, you guys might want to try to be friends. But he was trying to encourage her and hope to be friends. I'm like, sir, leave it alone.
I know, right?
Like, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm glad that she has no choice. Eric and Ridge agreed to it and said, like, look, Steffy's just going to have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And which is usually how they make a lot of their decisions. They, like I said, for a split second, they respected her, but then they went back to being on script where they're running the company and making all the decisions without Steffy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, very, very interesting stuff. Well, first of all, it came off of the Friday cliffhanger where Brooke walked into the room and, she was questioning him about Katie and, are you, how did she say, are you going to be pretty much 100% with her? Then they had a whole conversation in the basement area in that design office studio or whatever. After Steph came in. Because Steph was like, what's going on up in here? Somehow we talking business. Okay. Well, if you're talking business, tell me what's the business.
And I understand Steffy. I do get that. But they could have been talking about stuff going on with their family. It could have been Hope's business. It could have been... It does not have to always be revolving around Forrester. And this is the part with Steffy I don't like, where she likes to micromanage and feels that she needs to know everything. and being everybody's business. Like, they have no problem coming to her and saying, hey, this is what I propose. This is how I see, the business or the line going this way, or the future of the business going this way. They have no problem going to her or going to the other foresters. She just automatically assuming stuff. Same way she automatically assumed that Hope was using Carter, which is true. She is. But, chill out a little bit.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but, let's see. Yesterday, Ivy found out that she got her jewelry line accepted, which she's happy about that. Pretty much, I'm trying to think, girl, everything just ran together on Bold this week.
Yeah,
Young and the Restless got multiple storylines, so you can kind of pivot to this storyline and that storyline, but it all kind of evolved and rolled into one. But go ahead, what were you about to say?
And then she had, and this is the stupid part I cannot stand with Steffy.
Mm-hmm.
She really shows some of her insecurities. The way that she's still dangling this dangling Hope's line, telling her, you wouldn't have your line. And if you go to my husband, I'm taking your line away. Lady, it really falls on your husband. Hope can throw herself at Finn. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of whether or not Finn catches it or not.
Exactly.
He keeps telling you he's for you and only you. Let that go. Let it go. And if she's so concerned about the Hope for the Future numbers and this, she had an opportunity to get rid of the line a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So is it about the numbers, or is it still about you wanting to hold this over this girl's head so she won't make a play for your husband?
Right.
Which is it?
Well, it was interesting in today's episode, though, because that whole thing was set up so crazy to me, because it started out where we saw the conversation between Finn and Steph, right? And so she, he's telling how much I love you and it's all about us and you ain't got to worry about Hope because it's me and you and this and that and the third. And she left him with the work. She left her tablet. Now, wouldn't you expect Finn, and I talked about this earlier today, I don't know if they had to create this scene, right?
Right.
But she's the CEO of Forrester. Why are you taking her tablet into the design office?
That was my thought too. Or better yet, why didn't you call your wife and let her know she left her tablet? Ask her if she can meet you or something. But I understand they set this up kind of like a little sitcom.
Yeah, they sure did. And the thing is, it wasn't like he was popping up to surprise her so he can stick around. He ran in there purposely leaving a note. So it wasn't like he was like, well, I showed up here to, get to see my wife one more time. He was going to drop that off and keep going. Okay, you could have did that in the CEO office. But obviously they had to set this up this way.
And it's just so, wonky and just... Steffy goes in there to check up on people. He knows that Steffy is usually always in the CEO office.
Mm-hmm.
This was just so weird. But, he could have called his wife. He could have called her.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't leave the house that quickly. You saw it. You could have picked up your phone and called her. This is just so weird. And of course, you got klutzy, stupid Hope. Once again, you changing into lingerie with the door unlocked?
Well, I mean, first of all, she wants to keep this a secret. Why are you, first of all, you got caught by your mama. That was strike one.
Twice.
Strike two. But the thing is, you say you want to keep this a secret. I mean, that design room is not her office. Everybody uses that. Katie comes in there. RJ comes in there. Of course, Brooke comes in there. Eric, he owned the place. He could walk up in there. Why are you putting on lingerie, hoping that Carter can walk through that door. You're hoping, because everybody comes in that room.
She has a fetish for the office space. She likes the workplace. And I think she likes getting caught at this point. I mean, she has a perfectly fine log cabin on her mother's front yard.
Shoot, Carter got a big old house. And I kind of did a role play type of thing that she could have texted him. She could have easily sent him a text message and say, hey, remember you wanted to see me in lingerie? Meet me at your house, light the candles and the fireplace, and be prepared. I'll bring the wine, you bring the hot rod, and let's go. That man would have left Ridge standing there. No, she was hoping that he come through that door. There was no guarantee that man would have just left and went home after he talked to Ridge.
Right. Exactly. But no. Hope had to do it her way, which was foolish. Mm-hmm. And this is such a sitcom, like an episode. I don't want to name the show, but like we've seen the stupidity. Like what did she trip on? Was it electrical wire or like one of those air vents or something like that? What did she trip on?
Girl, I have no idea. The way this is set up, Finn, she's back there changing into the lingerie off of her mama's line. And then Finn comes up in there trying to write a note. He knocks over the pens and pencils. He was like, oops, I'm sorry. And then she comes from behind there, trips over something, and land right on top of Finn. And here comes Steffy.
Oh, before that, she was like, lock the door. Come here. Lock the door.
Are you talking about the first scene with Carter?
No, I'm talking about in the office today. She when she thought it was Carter walking in, she was like, oh, I got something for you. Lock the door. And Finn is still walking over to the desk. Mm-hmm. And then he sees her and he's like, oh, I knew this. Like, how dare you? Or something like that. That's what happened in the episode.
Well,
and then she trips over. Like, just stupid. Yeah, slapstick comedy, KH. Exactly.
And the thing is, Ridge and Taylor was in the CEO office. He could have easily just bought that tablet in there.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, actually, it would have been a perfect moment, especially since Finn was saying that Carter was throwing his weight around. If he heard about what Carter was saying in regards to Steffy, mm-hmm. that would have been interesting writing, interesting dialogue to see Finn and Carter go at it a little bit.
Yeah, because he was like, Steffy needs to stop putting her person. I was wondering what Ridge's response was going to be.
And he was just cool, calm, and collected. And Taylor was just giving her facial expressions. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, they both really can't deny it. They know that Steffy is making most of her decisions personal. She keeps saying that she can't trust anybody as people within her own family because of a man or because of this, because of that. And she's not focusing on business most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, it's just interesting, though, that, like I was saying early in the week, they made it known that they even said that who cares what Carter think, we're not doing it. Eric was like, we ain't doing that. Mm-hmm. This is Forrester. We're gonna stay with the Forrester name. It's our legacy. And I was saying on Monday, I wish Carter was a fly on the wall because he needed to hear all of that. I don't understand. They have a decision, but obviously they're waiting for the Friday episode, especially after what happened today. But before the whole Hope and Finn thing, when Carter was in there talking to Ridge and he was like, "We still thinking about it." I'm like, "What? Still thinking about what? Y'all already made a decision."
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
And
I will say with Hope, once again, proving how egotistical she is and how focused that she is on her and self-centered. Mm-hmm. She's thinking about Carter giving her a compliment.
Mm-hmm. She thinking
If it's
about
not
how
about,
we were
yeah,
thinking about how hot he was, with the abs and stuff. She ain't thought about none of that.
no, none of that.
Nope.
None of that. If it's not a compliment about hope for the future, it's a compliment. It's him giving her compliments. That's all she was fantasizing about. Like, let me put on lingerie because he said that he was thinking of me. Once again, proving how selfish she is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very much so. But yeah, that whole scene today was insane. Do you think Hope is cooked? Because I know a lot of people are suspecting that Steffi's going to get rid of that line by Friday.
I think that was already a decision that was made because how were they going to fund Ivy's jewelry line?
That is true.
I think that decision was made. So I think that's why they want to prepare everybody for whatever reason. So I guess we'll see that on Friday's episode. But I think I think when Finn explains it, I don't know.
Well, part of that spoiler for Friday is that Ridge pretty much takes Steffi's side on her decision. So I'm assuming that she's about to get rid of that line, right? And Brooke is probably going to be like, Ridge, say something. And he's going to take Steffi's side. Do you think that could be the end of their relationship?
Oh, yeah. Brooke does not play when it comes to her precious Hope. She's not going to like the fact that he's siding with his own child, because she's always pressed upon him, like, Steffy is torturing my daughter. Steffy is making this personal. She hates the Locust. She has a vendetta against my daughter. And this is where he was always waffling and wavering, trying to be a father somewhat to Steffy and be a father somewhat to Hope, just to make Brooke happy. So when he goes all the way in and sides with Steffy, and if they get rid of Hope for the future, oh yeah, it's no nookie, man.
Yeah, girl.
But Taylor would be there.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, would they shift? Well, what would that mean? Well, if Hope don't have a line, there's no reason for her to be a Forrester. And then Carter is probably going to be pissed. So would that shift them three elsewhere? Would they create their own thing? Would they maybe go slide up under Bill somehow? I'm wondering what's next after what happens on Friday. That's going to be interesting.
You think so, Jenna? Jenna said Brooke is probably going to go to Eric to fire Steffy. She's going to team up with Carter, and they're going to Eric to get rid of Steffy.
I don't see that. I don't know if that would happen, because she could try, but I can't see after that conversation they had on Monday. I think that was Monday or Tuesday. After that conversation Eric, Steffy, and Ridge had, I just don't see that happening.
I don't know. Unless, like, Hope has, like, a wrongful termination lawsuit. Something legal happen.
Like you said yesterday, if maybe Carter put his legal hat on and try to do something.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. There is, because they keep touching on the fact that Steffy is making her decisions personal and not thinking about business, and her ethics are unreasonable. Like, there's different things. So they're touching on a lot of legalities, and look, he definitely put his lawyer hat on yesterday.
Oh, yeah, he tried to check Steffy, and Steffy was cool, calm, and collected and said, I'm still your boss.
And I guess it didn't faze Carter either. So I don't know how much money he has in his bank to not really care about his job, especially at this point. But I don't know. He might go back to being a lawyer or something. But seriously, like, if he had enough money to invest into those business ventures that he wanted to do, he's still pushing to do. He probably got a nice little chunk of change. He's a single man. He's been probably making over 6 figures majority of his adult life,
But
he
here's the
probably got a
thing.
nice little chunk of change.
But the problem with this, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. If he say that he got rid of her for wrong, there's no wrongful termination when they got data to support the fact that her lines suck. Because it's going to have to come down to that. They're going to ask her, why did you cut the line? Of course, the whole Finn thing is part of it. But if her line was prospering and making tons and tons of money and she fired her, then it would be a slam dunk. Because it's like, why would you end the line for your personal reasons when it's bringing your company money? But all she got to say is, look, for the last 3 quarters, almost 4 quarters, her line has been tanking. We've been putting money in it from her mother's line. We had to end this line. As much as I have my own personal issues with Hope, the data shows that we had to end it. So, I mean, he can think with the wrong head on this one, but the numbers are going to speak for itself.
That's true, which is why it was foolish of that girl not to get rid of that line a few weeks ago, because that would have been justified. But she kept the line to dangle this over this girl's head because of a personal issue. And that might be the leg that he feels he might stand on. I don't know. But the way that the confrontation between Carter and Steffy, I don't know. He definitely, there's some legalities about to come into play. But yeah, hope for the future. There's no hope anymore. No future. Just hope.
I don't. Well, first of all, he's not thinking like the Carter we used to know. He's a numbers guy. He always said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And absolutely.
And so with, oh my goodness, why am I getting feedback again? Okay, let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, I was getting feedback on my phone. Like when you feedback when you talk and it repeats what you say like an echo. I don't hear it now, but he went from being a numbers guy to creating all these wild dreams about belts and shoes and fragrances and stuff. And like we said, in theory, it's a good idea. But who's paying for this? Y'all got all these big dreams and stuff. And the Foresters is like, look, we would have to go in debt or open our company up to investors, which we don't want to have to answer to. So yeah, it's all big dreams, but who paying for all that?
I mean, and he can't get into his feelings once again. That is not his legacy.
Nope.
Boy, I wish like
him and Lily.
They both can drive the same clown car. Like your legacy is what you make of it. But I don't know. And I understand LaShanta. His money might not be long, but it's long enough for that single man. At least for him to feel confident the way he stepped to Steffy and she stepped to him. He was okay. He walked into the work office, not worried about his job or anything. So I don't know.
I mean,
we definitely just
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said we definitely have to see Friday what happens.
Yeah, and Hope is just gassing him up. They should respect what you have. You're Carter. You're the COO. They should listen to you. That's what you're here for. But who's paying for it? Hope you ain't cutting no checks. You ain't got the money. Your line tank. Where you gonna get the money from to cut a check? You just telling this man all of this because you know he's 10 toes down with you and trying to be in a relationship with you and whatever else, and you gassing him up and he going in there like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see Friday's episode. I think it's going to be very telling.
Yeah, because tomorrow being this Halloween episode, we get some Sheila Carter tomorrow. And Carter is going to be over at Il Giardino talking to Deacon. So obviously they're going to be bad mouthing Steffy probably.
Well, look, don't they all? That's why she needs Ivy on her side. She needs some family.
Exactly.
I mean, all she got is her mama and her brother. Yeah, her brother in Paris, so he can't do anything to help her. But we got our mama now. Since her heart is healed.
Oh yeah, she talking. Girl, did you see all the mixed messages that Ridge was giving her?
He's look, and she's eating it up too.
Of course.
She's eating it up just happily. Like, what happened to finding peace without a man? What happened to finding peace, starting your practice? And, like, now she's happy to go see Dr. Buckingham. Now she's healed. Well, not healed. She's on her medications, but she's good now. Just smiling at Ridge. I'm surprised Brooke didn't pop in. I was waiting for it.
Did you hear her, how she said, thanks for all of the phone calls and all of your text messages? That's like, dang, Ridge been blowing up your phone?
He was happy with that lap seat. With the chakra.
I have a feeling that with what goes down in that office on Friday, if Brooke decides that she's not happy with Ridge taking Steffy's side, that opens up that door for Taylor once again.
What if what happened today's episode actually carries into Friday? Like, what if Steffy just go ahead and make her decision?
That's it, because sometimes that does happen. There's stuff they'll tell us happened on one day and end up happening later on the previous day, or like if they say something happened on Friday, we'll see the tail end of it on Thursday's episode. So who knows?
Yeah.
We might get to see a little piece of that tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, Redneck said, Bree, did you get his messages?
Let me look here. YouTube has pulled me in and out. What did you do, Redneck? Thank you so much. And yes, thank you for the well wishes, guys. I won't be on this Friday. My son is having surgery tomorrow. We actually get up early around 5 a.m. So we got a busy day ahead.
Oh, yeah. How long is the surgery?
He's doing 2 procedures. So one procedure is going to be about a half an hour. The other procedure is going to be about 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, okay. It's not like 4 or 5 hours or something like that.
No.
Oh, that's
So hopefully we'll be back by midday tomorrow. So we got a early start tomorrow, but thank you so much. So yeah, I won't be on Friday. Thank you so much for the well wishes, everybody, and Rednecks. Thank you so much.
Yep. We'll miss you, girl, as usual.
You guys are gonna hold it down. The chat's gonna hold it down, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some good commentary for Friday.
Yeah, girl, it's gonna be crazy. I'm looking forward to seeing what Bowl is going to do in that CEO office, and then I gotta check out tomorrow's episode of Y&R, because Lily must be cutting up.
Oh my goodness, it made me so mad. I tried so hard not to spill so much in the group chat. I just had to say my piece with one voice note, but she really upset me. Just disrespectful to her father, disrespectful to her brother, just horrible.
Okay, yeah, I gotta check that out. Dang it. All right, did we cover everything for Bold for Monday through Wednesday?
I believe we did. We just gotta see what happens the rest of the week, y'all.
Yes, we do. And stick around, once because I need to talk to you about something. All right, you guys, make sure that you guys hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All the well wishes going out to Bree, since we probably won't hear from her until next Wednesday.
Yes.
And also for you guys that are concerned about Trish, she's taking it day by day. She's doing okay, and she's looking to be back on next Friday, the 8th.
Yep.
So
we can't wait for her to be back.
I know, exciting stuff, but we needed to make sure she had as much time as she needed to take after everything that happened in September. So
Oh. Thank you guys, and thank you, Dewan.
What Dewan
Look,
say?
he said, we can't match your comedy, Bree. Look, I'm just running my mouth. I just say how I feel, y'all. And you guys let me do it. And I'm so grateful for you all.
Yep. I appreciate all of you and appreciate you too. All right, you guys, we're going to end it right here. Make sure that you are, again, make sure you like, comment, like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. I'm T.
And I am Bree.
And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, y'all.